morning, Grand Valley. You're listening to WCKS The Whale. It's 10 o'clock. Time for the A to Z Sports Show. I'm Andy Grambo.
And I'm Zach Harmon.
And today we got lots of sports news to cover on a Tuesday morning. So let's get into it.
Go ahead, Andy.
All right, we'll start with Grand Valley sports over the weekend. The men's and women's swim and diving team were off this week. Both the men and women will be back in action February 11th through the 14th at Jenison High School for the GLIAC Championship, as they are the host for the GLIAC conference meet. On Saturday, the men's basketball team lost a heartbreaker to Hillsdale 86-83 in overtime. Pete Trammell led the Lakers with 22 points. Thoreau Brown chipped in 21. Justin Ringler added 15. The women's basketball team also lost on Saturday to Hillsdale by a score of 75-66. Emma Veach led the Lakers with 21 points. Both teams returned to Allendale on Thursday against Northern Michigan and then are back in action on Saturday at home against Michigan Tech. The Laker track and field teams hosted the Division II Challenge on Saturday. The women won the meet, while the men took second to Ashland. For the men, Matt Grodiner pole vaulted 15 feet, 7.25 inches, provisionally qualifying him for the NCAA Indoor National Championship meet. Jeff Norquist and Nathaniel Smith won the mile and the triple jump for the Lakers, and Norquist's time was 4 minutes 14.2 seconds, and Todd Schuster and Ryan Toth right behind him in third and fourth. Chris Hammer, Pat Sage, and Tyler Patterson finished third, fourth, and fifth in the 3,000 meter run. Hammer's time of 8 minutes 47.87 seconds was the best among those three. Nate Miller picked up a third place finish in the high jump with his height of 6 foot 7.5 inches. And Grosvenor's vault earlier that I told you about earned him fifth place. Ryan Rogwinger took second in the long jump at 21 feet 11 inches. And Alexis Abram, I don't even know how to say it. He threw 55 feet 5.5 inches in the shot put to earn second place in shot put, and 58 feet 10 inches to claim fifth place in the weight throw. For the women, Katie Alfredson, Carrie McDaniel, Kristen Nozume, and Rebecca Winchester became the latest Lakers to qualify for the national meet. So they all hit NCAA provisional marks. Also, Candace Wheat and Diana Newman took 1-2 in the 60-meter dash. Wheat finished in 7.82 seconds. Newman came in second with 7.87 seconds. Amber Treiner claimed first place in the 200-meter dash in 25.78 seconds. And Nozum got a 57.01 in the 400-meter dash. That is an NCAA provisional mark. McCarthy and Alfredson finished first and third, respectively, in the 800-meter run. And McCarthy's time of 2 minutes 12.33 seconds automatically qualified her for nationals, and Alfredson provisionally qualified in that. And Susie Ryford took second in the mile, time of 5 flat. That was also a provisional mark. So that's all we got for Grand Valley.
So big congratulations out to all the runners on Lays. Congratulations, you guys. That's a big achievement.
That is. Hopefully they'll do good when they get there, represent the Lakers and Grand Valley State University.
Hopefully.
So, well.
All right. Well, I don't know what you guys have been listening to for the past 18 hours, but if you've been watching any Sports Center at all since about 3 o'clock yesterday afternoon, you found out that Alex Rodriguez admitted to using steroids between the 2001 and 2003 seasons.
Yeah, not only if you're listening to ESPN, but if you're listening to basically any news network or
Basically.
any 6 o'clock news.
Anything except for Nickelodeon and Cartoon Network.
Yeah, you heard. Even like MTV. Okay, maybe not. But
No, MTV would do it. Because he
Maybe.
dated Madonna for about a week.
you're right. All right. Maybe. I don't know. I didn't watch MTV.
I have no idea either.
But yeah, big story out in New York.
A-Rod, originally last week, SI broke the story that there were reports that in 2003, when the MLB was doing screen testing, anonymous screen testing for steroids, just to see if they actually needed to open up the collective bargaining agreement to get punishment in for using steroids. A-Rod was one of 104 or 103. I don't know. That number keeps...
104.
I think it's 104. 104 other, himself and then 103 other people, all tested positive for steroids that year. But it was all anonymous, so MLB supposedly didn't know who they were. And then technically they were supposed to be destroyed, but then later in 03 the government made a raid on the testing facility and seized all of those. And now somebody in the government decided that they wanted to get their name into history books by saying, hey, A-Rod did steroids. And guess what? A week later, A-Rod comes out, it's like, yeah, I did. My bad.
Yeah, that is pretty much what he said. He just said, I was naive and stupid. Was his, words that he used. And it'll be interesting to see what goes on from here. After he retires, and then what is it, 5-year waiting period before you can be voted in the Hall of Fame.
That's in the NFL. I don't know what it is for MLB.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I don't know. Sounds right.
Yeah.
Maybe. I'm not sure.
Okay. Well, you got the internet, so you can check. I don't have internet this morning, by the way, guys. Somebody decided that we didn't need a router anymore in here, and wireless is not working. So.
And also, if you're watching on YouTube, you notice that we have new microphones today.
Yeah,
well.
that did make me happy, and then I realized I didn't have internet, and so my mood went from really happy to kind of sour.
Hey, it happens sometimes, maybe.
Yep. So Andy's the only one that's on the internet today, guys. So if you've got an opinion on A-Rod or GVSU Sports, love to hear from you. Andy's on Facebook. I don't know what else he's on, but we've also got an email address, azsports@live.com. If you can't find Andy, you can email us. We'd love to hear from you, especially on A-Rod, because we're going to do a little segment here, try to sway your opinion. I don't know what Andy's take is on this, but I've already got my opinion set down.
All right, well, go for it.
All right. So my whole thing with A-Rod is I got his stats up. Luckily I saved his stats on a Word document last night, so I'm not scrambling here. But his time in Seattle, which was from 94 to 2000, so that's 7 seasons. That's 7 seasons that he spent in Seattle. First 2, he only had 17 games and then 48 games respectively. After that, he always had at least 129 games every season, so it's pretty good. One season he had 161. His 3 years in Texas, he only had 1 year where he had 161, and the other 2 he made all 162 games, which is almost unheard of. And then his past 5 years in New York, his lowest game total was 138, and that was last season when he had the quad problem, I think.
All right.
Pretty sure he had a quad injury, but he's also had his other 4 seasons have all been 150 games plus. So I don't know if he wasn't using steroids. I don't think for durability.